Good day once again. How are you? I'm good. Mr. Tabo Maupa again, rounding off grade E today with the last module, which is module 13, titled Industrial Relations. Right. This module is designed so that the security officer or the employee must be well aware of the implications of not delivering at work as expected by the bosses or the employers, co-relationship of the company and the employees. So industrial relations simply means the relationship between the employees and the employer in the workplace. This is what we are discussing about today. Right. Before we dig deep into the industrial relations, I just want us to check the objectives of this module. Right. On completion of this module, the grade E students must be able to demonstrate understanding of the disciplinary code and the grievance procedure, as well as they must be able to explain the objective of the disciplinary code as well as the grievance procedure. Right. You must also know the functions thereof of those different types of code, that the procedure in the code. Right. The aim of this module is simply to provide knowledge and understanding to the student of the disciplinary code and how it works, as well as the grievance procedure, how it works in the workplace. Since we are doing industrial relations, which is now the relationship between the employer and the employees. Right. We start now with the first one, which is called the disciplinary code. As we all know, discipline is vital in any organization. It's a vital thing, discipline. Because if we don't have discipline in the workplace, I don't think there will be production and stability in there. So discipline is vital in any organization. Right. It is therefore initiated by management, which means the management, they are the ones who come with all the disciplinary measures that workers are expected to maintain, right? Right. So the management initiates the discipline. Why? Due to the fact that when employees are working, some they don't work according to the expectations of the company. So because of unsatisfactory worker performance and behavior, therefore the companies initiate what we call the disciplinary code. To minimize problems, the disciplinary code must be understood and accepted. Usually it is within the contract. So that's where the communication is, so that the worker knows what is expected of him. If they say you start 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock, they say 8 to 5. It's all part of the contractual agreement that you have with the company. Right. So the company how do they initiate the disciplinary code? They establish a set of rules which are to be followed by each and every employee working in that company. That set of rules, that what we call now the disciplinary code. Right. And don't mistake it for substitute. It's not, the disciplinary code is not a substitute for company policy, but is an expression of company policy on discipline. So do not say it's a substitute for management. No. It's an expression of company policy on discipline. Right. So all the workers, so that if we don't need any problems, they must be well aware of the implications of their behavior. That's where you get warnings and things like that. Right. We come now to the objective. What is the objective of the disciplinary code? The objective of this disciplinary code is simply to bring back the employee back to acceptable standard of performance and behavior, not to punish or get rid of them. You must also be mistaken there. The objective of the disciplinary code is to bring an employee or employees back to acceptable standard of behavior and performance, and not to punish or get rid of them. That is what we call the disciplinary code. If they say you start work at 6, you knock off at 6, like most security officers, you must follow that. This is what causes a lot of people, if sometimes he was drinking a lot of beer, he can't go to work, then he try to get a fake doctor's note as an excuse that's why he absconded work the previous day, because he doesn't want to go there and then taken for a hearing, because maybe the law states that if you abscond for no reason, will take you for a hearing, then they give you first verbal warning, then if you do it again, second verbal warning, second written warning. If you do it the third time, that is the second written warning. Others, they say that second one is the final, then they dismiss you. So to avoid that, that's why people look for doctor's notes. So it's because of the disciplinary code. That is which binds the employees so that they can follow the rules where they are working. If you go against those rules, then it's a problem. So that is what we call the disciplinary code. When you come to your exam under Module 13 Industrial Relations, they simply ask you a simple question to say, explain the objective of the disciplinary code, of which I said the answer is, the objective of the disciplinary code is to bring back an employee or employees to acceptable standard of performance and behavior, and not to punish them or get rid of them. So it's simply to bring them back to acceptable standard of behavior and performance, not to punish them or get rid of them. That is the objective. That is the question. It's carrying 5 marks. All right. That's it about the disciplinary code. Now we move to the grievance procedure. Right. The security officer must know that there is a way of channeling his grievances at work. That's why the grievance procedure was created. And this is also what causes people to form labor unions, whereby they can channel their grievances through the soap steward and so on. Right. So what happens in this grievance procedure is people can have conflicting differences in the workplace. And it's something that has to be settled as quickly as possible in the interest of productivity and stability in the company. If you want production to go on with a stable workforce, it means grievances must be solved as quickly as possible at lower levels. Even the management or departmental heads, they must be well aware and appreciate the fact that they must always be checking on the employee-to-employee relations within the company. And they must also be aware and appreciate the fact that they have to handle those grievances early before it can cause a problem in the production or stability of the company. Right. The grievance procedure engenders a feeling of trust and security within the security officer or the employee, because they will know a step-by-step procedure of channeling their grievances. For example, people who belong to unions, they'll be using their shop steward to carry their grievances to management. If management doesn't want to understand, then it's going to the labor body, to the labor union body, which will now set up a meeting with the management and try to explain the grievances of the workers before strike action can take place. It's either they might want an increase or improvement in the working conditions. Otherwise, that's what we call the grievance procedure. Right. The objective of the grievance procedure is simply to make or allow both parties or the parties involved in resolving the grievance, so that they can meet and try to resolve the grievances before it can affect production and stability in the company. So that is the objective of the grievance procedure, to allow both parties to resolve their grievances in the interest of productivity and stability. I think that is all about grade E. We have now, this is the last module, and the question on the grievance procedure, it simply says, explain the grievance procedure, right? Which is simply the grievance procedure allows both parties to resolve their grievances in the interest of production and stability. That's it, for 5 marks. Module 13, there isn't a lot. It's about industrial relations or labor relations, how do employees and employers interact with each other. If there are problems, how are grievances channeled, and the company also make a set of rules to make sure that the people are controlled by what we call the disciplinary code. That's why we have things like first verbal warning, first written warning, second written warning, final, which is the third written warning, and the dismissal. It all comes from the disciplinary code if someone is not following the rules that have been set by that company. Right. So there you got only the 2 questions. Question 1 lists the objective of the disciplinary code. Question 2 lists the objective of the grievance procedure. Each is getting 5 marks for 10 marks. That is the end of that module. So we are now done with grade E. This is the last module. What I'm going to do in my next installment, before I finally exit grade E stuff, I am going to give you the question paper and the answers. I think I'll do that tomorrow because the next day I'll be going straight to grade D. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned to my channel. I'm bringing you more and more knowledge about the security studies. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.